Hi, this is Patty here at the Albert Lea Public Library. Welcome to another Science Blast. Today we're all about making gooey, slimy concoctions. So, this first one, I don't even have a name for it. It's so slimy. We're going to start with a cup of cornstarch. So we put our cup in the bowl. And then we're going to add a half a cup of water. There's just water in this pitcher. So we're just going to put in our half a cup of water. And then we're going to, it says stir with your fingers, but guess what? I'm going to use a spoon. Okay. Maybe you have to use your fingers. Okay, I think I'm going to use my fingers. It's getting just hard. Okay, well, let's see. It does say you can add more water if you need to. Oh, it is coming together. Can you see that? I'll get, once I get a little more mixed, I will put the bowl up so you can see it. This would be kind of fun just to do and play with, actually. The making of it is fun, but I think you'd have fun just playing with it after it's done. This has got still a little bit too much corn syrup or cornstarch, so I'm going to add just a little bit more water. It said you could add water a tablespoon at a time, so we'll just add a tablespoon of water. Let's see what it looks like. Oh, yeah. That is what it needed. I can see it's coming together much better now. So, yeah, this is kind of fun. So, it says that this is something that you punch the surface, you can hardly dent it, but then also you can, let's see if I can get a handful and just pull it up. So it depends upon what you're trying to do with it. Sometimes it'll act like a liquid and sometimes it'll act like a solid. But it's the same concoction. It's a liquid when it runs through your fingers like that. You see it looks liquidy, doesn't it? But also when you put it down and you try and push into it, it's hard. So it changes between a liquid and a solid. And I might need like a wet wipe to wash my fingers off, I'm guessing. Because, yeah, look at that, that's cool. So that's just cornstarch and water. Something fun to play with. You could put food coloring in this, or you could probably put, yeah, this is a solid and a liquid at the same time. You could also probably put food coloring or Jell-O to make if you wanted to have it, more flavorful. So that's a cool concoction there. And thank you, Deborah. The next one we're going to do is some sand foam. So we're going to start with this one. This has got 3 cups of sand, just regular sand. We actually purchased this sand. I don't know if you live somewhere where you have sand. You could maybe do that. And then, anybody know what this is? Just regular old shaving cream. I don't use this very often, so I don't know how. You shake it up, and we're going to add it to our sand. Now this is something if you're looking for like a tactile plaything, just foam sand used to be the rage like a year ago or 2 years ago. Everybody was looking for foam sand, and this is one of the things, how to make your own foam sand. And I think the thing with foam sand was it holds its shape a little better. You could maybe mold it in molds. Like if you wanted to have your own beach day and not go to the beach, you could put in the shaving cream and use a mold and let it sit out in the sun. That kind of smells interesting. It's a cross between smelling good and then not so good. And if we wanted to make a different kind of corn sand, this one is, you just put a cup of sand, and this is a 1/4 cup of cornstarch. Cornstarch is the same thing that we used over here in that first experiment. And I'm going to mix this up a little bit. And then it says we're also going to add just a squirt of dish soap. Not really sure what the dish soap does, but we do use that in some other things. And some water. And we shall see what happens. Probably did a little too much water. We'll use the spoon here. And that is another way to make foam. I put in a little too much water. We need a little more sand there, I think. But how about if we mix it in here? Let's just see what happens when we mix the two of these together. Now that is looking like some nice beach sand, doesn't it? That would be good molding sand. You have a mold, put it in your mold, and you could let it sit outside and dry in the sun and bake. Make a sand castle with that. All right, let's be done with that dirt, and let's go to oobleck. We did a little experiment with the oobleck because we made a borax solution, and this is borax. It's a laundry detergent like booster. Mixed it with water. We mixed it a cup in a container, a cup of borax to a gallon of water. This has been setting quite a while, and you can see that the borax is totally dissolved in that water, and that's kind of what we wanted. Move some of these things over. So, we used Elmer's glue and the borax solution. We have number 1, this is the original. It is, here she popped right out. So, that's what that made. That's the original. We used 2 tablespoons of glue, and I should have had the directions here. I left it over there. 1 teaspoon of water. I'm just going to show you these different ones. This is just the borax and glue. 2 teaspoons of borax and then 2 teaspoons of glue. This one has got a little more water in it, and it's just to show you how the polymers, by adding how tightly the chain is. You can see this is a looser chain than that because of all the water in there. And this has got a tablespoon of water, and that's even looser yet. Of course, that makes sense. You can see how that's that consistency. Nice and loose. And this has even more water, so that is even looser. So you can make your oobleck however you want. If you're wanting it to be strong like this to play with, or if you want a little more elasticity, add a little more water to it. And then this one's, I like this one myself. This is a tablespoon of water with your glue and borax solution. That's a nice one. It's soft. That makes nice oobleck. Okay, so we'll move on to our final one. This is called slime. So we're doing we're mixing a 1/2 cup of water with a 1/2 cup of clear glue. Mix that together. Well, that looks pretty. I can see that with glitter in it. And then we're going to add a 1/2 cup of liquid starch. Do you know what starch does? That people don't use a lot of starch anymore. It used to be, when I was growing up, I mean, all my dad's shirts had to be starched, and you'd put them in starch, and that would make them nice and crisp looking. And I'm wondering if that's what's going to happen here. They're going to get nice and crisp. That is definitely looking like slime. Actually, it looks a little like lutefisk myself, doesn't it? Okay, that's pretty cool stuff. Now I'm going to play with this a little bit. Oh yeah, I like this one. This is nice and slimy. This would be fun. This is a good tactile one too. That is fun. That's a cool one. And supposedly, I'm guessing if you use less water, you're supposed to be able to make a rubber ball with this too. Okay. All right, so if you have any questions about any of these science experiments, this is the one I like the best. This is really fun. This is really fun. If it's a cleaning thing or anything, if you could use this, clean your hands. Got all kinds of sand on them. All right, bye-bye. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next week.